Hey everybody, Cougar here, and the weather outside my window is frightful, which put me in the mood for some long dark gameplay. Thought we'd do a little long dark. Let's start a new sandbox on Voyager difficulty. Let's start in Mystery Lake. This could be a kind of a beginner's guide. So we'll start in Mystery Lake because I think that that's probably where most people are going to start, and we'll start on Voyager difficulty because that's probably where a lot of gamers are going to start as well. Alright, we have started in Mystery Lake. Now, I know the map already, so I kind of know where we are. We've actually spawned in a really fortuitous place. We are just outside what will be our main base. The weather is pretty similar to what's going on outside my own window right now, so this feels good. And boy, you really couldn't ask for a better spawn point. We are right where we need to be. We're going to grab some sticks so we can make a fire, because we do not have very warm clothing yet. Let's have a look. We're already chilling up, if you look in our lower left-hand corner.
This'll come in handy.
Sure will. But we are just steps away from a shelter. The perfect shelter, actually. The best shelter on this map, in my opinion. And there it is. So let's get indoors before we get too cold here. Now I'm walking right now. Yes, I can sprint, but that tires you out in more ways than one. It's not just your stamina bar in the upper right-hand corner. It also will just make you more tired in general. Let's get inside. Alright, plenty of stuff to loot in here. Ooh, look, there's a ski jacket.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Well, that is a fortuitous find. Let's put that on right away. Go to our clothing. Find our inner coat layer and wear a worn ski jacket. Looks good. What else do we got in here? Chairs are very useful. You can break these down for cloth and wood once you have something to break them down with, which I don't right now. Looking for a hatchet. Lantern fuel. Accelerant useful. A whetstone to keep our knives and hatchet nice and sharp.
That'll come in handy.
Bandage and antiseptic for those inevitable wolf attacks. And a storm lantern. Definitely going to need that. I'm going to holster it for now. A moldy chocolate bar. Delicious. And we've got some line and a hook here that we can use to make a fishing line, but we don't need that right this second, so let's just leave those where they are so they're not taking up space in our inventory. Ooh, a jerry can. That's useful. I'm going to leave that right there too, because that's heavy. I know that it's there now.
Could end up being useful.
Sure could. I love coffee. Alright. Some food. Soup. Definitely useful. Love tomato soup. What else we got here? Ah, can opener. That's very useful. Alright, what's going on upstairs? Ah. Yeah, this poor guy. Did not end well for him. Let's see what he's got on him.
Use this.
Yeah, I can use a t-shirt. Maybe. Let's see if I can use that right now. We can move this ragged thin sweater to our outer layer, and then wear the t-shirt on our inner layer. Give us a little bit more warmth. Survive the outdoors. Excellent.
This.
Yeah, that'll help us improve our fire starting skill. There's some crappy running shoes. What are we wearing right now? We're wearing ragged running shoes. These are new running shoes, so I guess we'll take these and put these on. They're a little bit wet, but they'll dry out.
This'll come in handy.
It'll come in handy as we'll break it down. We'll harvest it for cloth. Worn driving gloves. Better than nothing, I guess. As well put those on as well. Alright. What else we got here? Bedroll. Do we already have one? I think on this difficulty you spawn with one. So yes, we already have one. We'll leave that where it is. A book
Nobody needs this anymore.
to help us start a fire. Orange soda, my favorite. And some painkillers. For the inevitable twisted ankle. There's something back there. Magnifying lens. That will help us start fires if we run out of matches. Alright. We found some good stuff in here. It may be a little too cold outside to go doing more exploring and looting. Let's see. We're a little chilled still. Not very heavy yet. I'm gonna drop that other pair of sneakers here. We'll harvest them later to get some cured leather off them, but let's see if we can take advantage of the little bit of daylight we have left here. Ooh, it is cold and windy out here. This is a storm. But we can do a little immediate gathering just in the immediate area here. Because we want to grab as many of these cattail plants as we can. You can eat them and they will help you start fires. They'll give you tinder for fire starting. And they are plentiful on this map. If we head up the river that way, up the frozen river, we'll find even more of them. But for right now, let's just see how far we can get around the edge of the lake here without freezing. I don't want to venture too far from our shelter in this weather. We're going to be losing body heat fairly quickly here with this wind and snow. Getting a little bit wet, a little bit cold. So yeah, each one of the cattail stalks will give you, provides 150 calories. And they last forever, they will never go bad. And they're all over the place on this map. In Mystery, here in Mystery Lake. So we'll grab as many of these as we can before we freeze.
Someplace to escape this cold.
Alright, yeah, we're getting numb. Let's head back to the shelter. I knew this wasn't gonna be able to stay out here very long. Grab a few more sticks to make a fire. I don't recall seeing any burnable logs where we just were looting. It's strange. Alright, you see in the lower left-hand corner there, we're hidden from the wind here, but we are starting to get frozen. So we gotta keep an eye on that. So these rocks are blocking the wind. It's keeping us a tiny bit warmer. But this is a bad storm.
Never felt so cold in my life.
Yeah, alright. So you see, now we've got that 100% down in the lower left-hand corner. When that gets down to 0, we will have hypothermia, and that will require staying in bed for a while to get rid of that. But we'll be back in the shelter before that happens. fact, we can stick it out a little bit longer out here before we run inside. Let's see if there's a bit more wood we can scavenge. Until we find a hatchet or stumble across a log to burn, we want to be grabbing as many of these sticks as we can. Alright, I think that's it for here. So now, we were just out on the lake. I'll just show you really quickly. Well, this is not a good day to show you anything with that storm. Like, you can't see crap. Alright, so back inside. We've got... oh, we don't know about how many hours of daylight left, but probably about 5 or 6 or something like that. We'll be warming up naturally here inside. You can see that the hypothermia warning just went away. Yeah, there are no logs up here. Sometimes you'll find a log to burn lying around, but there are none. So we've scavenged a bit of food. We don't really have to worry about our food right now. We're going to need some water. Let's see, do we have any water right now? Yes, we start off with a little bit of water. And we've got some food to eat. We've already picked up some cattail stalks, 150 calories each to eat one of those right now. Maybe a couple. Alright, and drink some water. Alright, we're in pretty good shape here. We found a little bit of warm clothing already. We've got some wood. Let's go ahead and start a fire, warm us up a little bit quicker, and put some, I guess I can try and use, no, we're not, we're gonna start a fire that way. Alright, we've got 12 wooden matches. Let's roll the dice and see if we can get a fire started.
Come on.
We've got some accelerant on us. There's that jerry can downstairs that we can use also to help us get this fire started if we're having a lot of trouble. But because we're starting it with a book, we have a better chance of it actually starting. That's a good sign when it starts going like that. Alright, well done. Let's dump a little more wood on there. Get that up to about an hour. Boil up. Let's melt some snow. And then boil it to make it drinkable. We're warming up a little bit. Not much. Just throwing a couple of sticks over here. And there's not much we can do outside. I'm going to recommend that we just stay here by the fire. And what I can do is I can read that book I found to help advance our fire starting skills a bit. Let's read for 2 hours. Alright, we're plenty warm now. Maybe we have another... let's do another hour of reading here. And it's starting to get dark. And we're getting a bit hungry and thirsty. Let's eat that moldy chocolate bar. Ugh. Not so good. Drink a can of soda. And a granola bar. Alright, we got a ton of drinkable water. We're in good shape here. Pretty good shape starting out. We're really lucky to find that jacket. I'd like to be able to repair it. I don't think I have A sewing... Oh, I do have a sewing kit. If there's enough light left, maybe we can repair this jacket we found. No, we need some cloth for that. As I said, you can break down these chairs, these overstuffed chairs here, but I really need a hatchet to break that down. It's not going to let me do that. I could probably harvest that t-shirt that we found. That we don't need. Let's go ahead and harvest that. That'll give us a little bit of cloth. And now it's probably going to be too dark to sew. Let's see. Actions, repair. We need 2 cloth. I do not have enough cloth. And it's pretty dark. There's not much else we can do with the day here. So let's just go ahead and hit the hay. We've got the entire night to get through. But I mean, we could light our storm lantern and do a little reading and repairing with this. But this lantern fuel is a finite resource, so I don't really want to be wasting it if I can avoid it. I'm not that tired. I probably couldn't sleep a full night right now, even if I went to sleep right now. Game looks great though, doesn't it? Boy, it's come a long way. Alright. I think we'll go ahead and hit the hay for now. Find my bed. And do 9 hours of sleeping. It's probably not going to let me. I'm probably going to wake up. Yeah. See, I've woken up in the middle of the night because I'm not tired. And I don't have much else I can be doing right now without any light by which to do it. I could start a fire, but I don't have... I don't have any logs to burn. Let's just step outside and see what it's like out. I'm very dry. Yes, of course, when you first wake up from sleeping, the first thing you want to do is drink some water. Always. Maybe have a granola bar for breakfast. No. Let's just see what it's like out. Well, it stopped snowing. The wind's still pretty bad. But there's a full moon, which means it's quite bright out tonight. Maybe we can do a little hunting and scavenging out here as long as we don't get too cold. Let's go around the other side of the lake and try to get some more cattails. Keeping our eyes open for wolves. You'll often see them out here on the lake. Trying to stay in shelter from the wind. There's some cattails. They're often in groups of 3, but not always. Sometimes you'll see them scattered around more. Like here's one all by himself out here. Getting fairly cold. Let's jog it out to the center of the lake. Sometimes you can find some loot here on this little island or around the island. Not seeing any tonight. See what's over here. And then we'll make a run for that fishing hut and try to warm up a little bit. Nothing here. Fishing hut. Yeah, I hear you. No. Oh, wait. Let's do these in order.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Yep. Inside right now, my friend. Alright, that'll help. Get some more matches. Soda. Pork and beans. Ah, good. And some firewood. And a hatchet.
Could end up being useful.
Yeah, hell yeah. Super useful. And some cloth. Oh. Ooh. Oh, that's going to keep us very warm. Alright, let's put that balaclava on right away. This should probably be on the outer, and then we can put the balaclava on the inner. Excellent. Oh, that's going to keep us nice and warm. We are numb and getting colder, but the wind has died down.
Wait,
I think
I'm so cold, I'm warming up again.
we might be able to make it to this first set of houses over here. Although there is no stove over here to warm us up again. We can get inside, and we could even climb back under the covers for an hour or two to warm back up and pass some time until the sun comes up. I'm looking out for more cattails. Great, so we have a hatchet. That's a big step in the right direction. Our next most important loot would probably be a hunting knife. Love to get a hunting knife quickly. That will help us defend ourselves against wolves and allow us to cut up any carcasses for meat and hide. Houses there. There's nothing in there. Book for fire starting. Cloth. Another chair we can break down. Now that we have the hatchet, that is something that we might want to do. Yeah, you know, since we're just kind of trying to kill time and warm up here, why don't I go ahead and do that? Especially since we have the hatchet now. Wow, an hour and 45 minutes. That's a long time. Let's see how this goes. Oh, requires light. Okay. Well, let's... You know what we can do is just climb back into bed for an hour. Get us a little closer to sunup. No, we're not breaking that down. I wanted to extinguish this. Let's warm us up a little. Get a little rest. Get us a little closer to the dawn. See, now look at our temperature now. We gained a lot of warmth just lying under the covers and resting like that. Make sure first thing we do when we wake up is to drink something. And now let's head back outside. Alright, so we're sufficiently warmed up that we can proceed around to the next set of cabins. You can go both ways. You can go this way around the back, but I want to, again, be checking for cattails. So I'm going to go around the lakeside. There's some cattails. Where there's one, there's probably more. Let's look around some more. Is there a third one? Seeing a third one. I probably looked right at it. You guys are screaming at me. You looked right at it! Alright, a few more cabins here.
Can't feel my hands.
Well, that's okay because there's some firewood right here. And we can duck inside. Thank you. Nothing in the crate. Some peaches.
That'll come in handy.
Another pair of driving gloves. Those may be in better condition than the ones we're wearing right now. More matches. Alright, looks like that's it in here. Let's check those driving gloves. These are worn. The other ones are decent, so let's change to these. We can probably break those other ones down. They may give us some cured leather. Leave our light on as we run to the next... I said run to the next house. Grape soda, not my favorite, but I'll take it. More peaches. Nothing under the bed. Ooh, fire logs, 2 of them. That's gonna come in handy. Nothing in the crate. Condensed milk, very good. Soup. We are almost out of lantern fuel. You can see it starting to fade there. But we have some more on us, so we won't be stuck if this goes out. Not much in here.
Hope I can still eat this.
Yeah, me too. Ooh, a backpack. Yeah, not much in that. Oh, good food. And some trail boots. They're pretty beat up, but they're better than the freaking Nikes we're wearing right now. Alright, you can see we're about to lose our lantern. Let's change our shoes. Oh, see, these, until we can repair these are in terrible shape. These are actually not even going to keep us as warm as the running shoes, so let's keep the running shoes on. Alright. Put this out. There's another cabin up at the far end of the lake here.
Can't feel my feet.
Let's check that out. We're not that cold. We're fine. Again, move through these reeds here, keeping an eye out for cattails. Not seeing any. It's always darkest before the dawn. The sun should be coming up soon, but the moon's going down, so we're losing its light. And there's the last.
Goddamn freezing.
The last cabin up at the end of the lake there. We may be missing out on a little bit of loot here in the darkness, but we'll probably be back around this way at some point. So we can double check. Make sure we didn't miss anything important. I don't see anything.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
It's all good to eat when you're starving. Decent climbing socks. That's good. Alright, we're about to lose this. So we're going to go to our tools. Actions. We can refuel it using our lantern fuel. Didn't fill it up, but that'll get us at least to dawn. And let us complete our scavenging activities. Boy, there wasn't really much in these cabins this time around, huh? Sometimes you get lucky and get some really good loot out of here, but not this time. And we are on the verge of hypothermia again. I think I'm going to take another quick nap here, warm up a little, and get us 1 hour closer to daylight. Alright. Sun's coming up. Let's have a bite to eat. Actually, we got a lot of soda. Let's drink up some of these sodas. Sodas give you both, they replenish both thirst and hunger, because they give you calories from the high fructose corn syrup. Okay, the sun is up. It is definitely a little chilly out here with the sun, with the wind. But let's see if we can check out a couple of these fishing huts before we head back to shelter. Some more reeds over there. Let's hit this hut and just run over and check those reeds. Yeah, firewood. Getting a little heavy now. Carrying a bunch of stuff. A lot of wood. Another whetstone. Those are good to have. Not much in this hut. Feeling really chilly. Oh no, I'm not that chilly. Let's run over and check these reeds. See if we get any cattails out of here.
feel numb.
Yeah, quit whining, big baby. Still no cattails, cattails.
Damn. I'm freezing.
You're not freezing. So now, if you continue up the lake that way, it becomes a river. No, sorry. I'm turned around. If you continue up this way, it becomes a river, and you can find lots of cattails up the river. I think I just showed you the wrong. Yeah, that wasn't right what I just said. The river entrance is up that way. So if you follow it up this direction, you'll find a river, and that will, yeah, right up through there. And there are lots and lots of, I don't think we hit this fishing hut, did we? Lots of cattails up the river. No, clearly we haven't been out here because here's a corpse we haven't seen. More wood. Alright, we got plenty of wood now.
I think I can use this.
A research book about ice fishing. Alright, so what I want to do now is just head back to our base camp. I said base camp this way. Head back to, no, this way. Head back to base camp. Got a little turned around there. Head back to base camp and drop off some of this wood. Maybe I'll start a fire just to get our warmth back up quickly, so that we can venture out and do a little more scavenging while the sun is up. So yeah, you can jog like that, do a little bit of sprinting, but it lowers your overall tiredness. You won't be able to stay awake and active as long if you do a lot of sprinting like that. So this default walking speed is not terribly fast. It's fairly fast right now because we've got running shoes on. If we were to change those out for work boots, we'd be moving a bit slower. The trail boots are fairly quick. They're not as quick as the running shoes. Now you see those crows up there? They're circling over some kind of carcass. There's either going to be a human corpse over there, or maybe a deer carcass. So we want to check that out at some point, but because we don't have a hunting knife, well, if it's a human corpse, it looks like a human corpse. Alright, we can just loot this then real quick. Diddly squat. Underneath where crows are flying, you also want to keep an eye out for feathers. You're going to use those in crafting stuff later on. Alright, pretty cold right now, so let's run back inside and start a fire. Try to jack our heat up. Take a look at our food and water situation. Alright. Now we'll continue to use these books to start fires, as long as we have them and our fire starting skill is fairly low. Once my fire starting skill gets better, I would prefer to save one of those at least for trying to get a fire started in an emergency in the outdoors, trying to get a campfire started. good. Okay.
That's done.
That's done. Now let's throw one of these fire logs on there. That gives us 2 hours of heat. Let's use that time and heat to get some warm food in our belly. That's going to help us warm up even faster. Alright, we want to eat that right away while it's warm. See, it says hot here. Alright, we needed that. I think we can... Let's pound one of these, a small drink. Alright, now we're in really good shape. I don't think we need any more snow melted right this second. Let's drop off some of this stuff we're carrying around that we don't need. We'll only need one antiseptic. We'll only need a couple of antibiotics. We'll only need one accelerant, probably. 4 bandages is good amount of bandages to have. We'll keep one of those books. Drop off some matches. Oh, gonna drop. Oh, I forgot I have these socks I can put on. That's good. Condensed milk is a very good thing to. Very nourishing food. So let's keep that on us. I'm going to drop this wood on the ground, make it a little easier to pick up and find. We're going to have to break down these newsprint rolls at some point. We can save that for worse weather. We found a lot of good canned food here. I don't need to be carrying all of this around. Maybe one of these. And one soda. Sardines, more good food, more soup, good food. Alright, so in our scavenging, we've done well on food. At risk of hypothermia, yeah, you're fine. Let's check out our socks. We can put these climbing socks on. 2 layers of socks, that's good. Alright, everything else. We'd be able to repair this ski jacket now, but I want to, as long as we've got daylight and fairly good weather, get out and do some more exploring. Let's drop some of this wood. We don't need all this wood. Okay, we'll just keep one piece of firewood on us. So I guess I shouldn't have thrown that that fire log on there. That's giving that was too much for what we needed. But what's done is done. Still warming up, though. Take advantage of the daylight and the fact that we need to warm up to read a little bit more of our fire starting book here. 1 more hour. Alright, now we're totally warm. Running a little low on... We're getting a little tired. I mean, we were up in the middle of the night, so... Are tired. We're going to be getting fairly tired fairly early. But I think we've got enough time here to do something. What can we do? Oh, we can... I thought I was hearing an animal creeping around, but no. I'm going to say push up to the... there's a little train derailment up here. Might have some loot in it. It's not going to take us too far away from our shelter. So we've found some fairly good clothing. There's something... There might be a wolf up there. No, I think that's just a rock. Okay. We found some fairly good clothing. We found some good canned food. We do not have a hunting knife yet, which really I'm very worried about running into a wolf with no hunting knife to defend ourselves. You can use the hatchet. It's not as effective as the hunting knife. Oftentimes you see some crows up above this train wreck, but there are none here now, so I'm wondering if we're actually going to find anything good in here or not. Probably not. Alright, well, it's still only day 2. I think that's why we're not seeing a lot of... Yeah, see, there should be crows here because there's a corpse here. Not sure why there isn't.
Lamp fuel. We can use this.
Yes, we could. Is that everything? That's everything from him. Crow feathers. So there have been crows here. There just aren't any right this second. Deer carcass, but again, we have no hunting knife with which to break it. Okay, flare, good. Now I'm not as scared about running into a wolf. At least if we see a wolf, we can use the flare to try to scare him off. We don't have the hunting knife. We could hack this up with the hatchet, but it's not going to give us as much food that way. So I would like to roll the dice and gamble on finding a hunting knife fairly quickly. Just leave that where it is for now. We're getting a little bit cold, but I think we're okay to proceed on a little bit farther and maybe make it to the logging cabins. It's not storming. Yes, we are getting a little bit wet from the snow falling, but we're not in terrible shape right now. So let's keep moving.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Yeah, you're fine. Chillax. I'm more worried about wolves. We can fight the cold. We can't fight the wolves. Alright, let's jog it out a little bit. Got a nice open space here. We can see if there are wolves. I don't see any. There's another deer carcass over there we could harvest if we had a hunting knife, which we do not.
I'll die if I don't warm up soon.
Yeah, I hear ya. Alright, so yeah, as I understand it, wolves will become more and more common as the days progress. So right now we're trying to cover as much territory as we can before the wolves get too thick. We haven't seen a single wolf so far, which is fine by me. And yeah, we'll be able to make it to this logging camp before we get too cold. It's just right up here. Brr. Oh, wind's kicking up. Getting a little stormy. Boy. The good news is the logging camp is right up ahead of us. Bad news is the logging camp doesn't really have a stove for us. It does have a stove here in this ruined building, but that is only moderately useful, being outdoors as it is. Some more firewood. Oh, another fire log. Nothing. These corpses haven't really had much. These are rose hips. You can go ahead and harvest some of these. You can make tea with them. Alright. Alright, let's see how much scavenging we can do here before it gets too late. Alright, I'll pick that up. I don't want to weigh myself down with a ton of wood. Oh, an old bedroll that we can cut up for cloth.
Hope I can still eat this.
That looks good. This pillow I could also cut up for cloth. I'd like to have a hunting knife to help me do that. Yeah, I'm finding lots of canned food and drink, which is great. Especially since I don't have any way to harvest meat from any animals I find. Alright. That's one trailer. There are 3 trailers, and then that burnt down building with the stove in it. We do not have a tool set yet, so we'll pick that up. You only really need one of those. So, yeah, great. So if you find more than... Ooh. That looks warm. Let's take that. Work boots. See, now these are going to be
being useful.
These are probably going to be warmer than the shoes, the sneakers I'm wearing, but they will slow me down a little bit. So we'll have to make a decision on whether we even want to bother with those. More stuff to cut up for cloth once I have a hunting knife. Another can opener. We only need one. Under the beds. Alright. Alright, this was the 3rd cabin. I think we've explored them all. No. I've only been into it. Another storm lantern.
Might have to drop some gear.
Yeah, I'm carrying too much, I understand. We'll do something about that right now. Whoa, jerry can. It's a good find. Tin of coffee down here. Let's go ahead and light this because I almost missed that coffee. Let's just have a quick look around and put it right back out again. Alright, sport vest. I just want to be able to look at this stuff quick and then put this back out.
Make something of this.
Maybe. Baseball cap. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be of any use to us. Alright, I think this is looted. But we are heavy. We need to take a look. We're heavy and cold. Yeah, we're cold, we're hungry, and we're getting tired. And we're overburdened. Gotta see if there's stuff that we can get rid of here. These are super heavy. These fire logs, I'd like to be able to drop those, but they're too valuable to drop, really. We're gonna find another one of these. This is pretty heavy. Let's drop this for now. We can always come back for it later if we need it. This lamp has a tiny bit of fuel left in it. I don't think we're going to be making use of these. They are fairly... fairly warm, but they are going to slow us down as well. We got wet shoes, which isn't helping our... Let's go ahead and put these on for now, at least they're dry. We got some wet clothing here for being out in the snow. See the blue bar there? That indicates that it's wet. It will dry out on its own. We're still overburdened. I would like to try and make it back to base camp, even though we are overburdened and it's going to be tiring us out. Like, whoa! And the weather is nasty. Maybe we just ride this out here indoors. We can climb into bed for an hour. Let's eat something first. We can climb into bed for an hour and see if the storm lets up. A couple cattail stalks. So let's climb under the covers for an hour. That'll help with our warmth and our tiredness. And maybe this storm will blow itself out in an hour. Storm's still blowing. We're a little bit warmer, and a little less tired. Maybe we can make a dash back for the base camp without freezing to death. I'm going to take a shortcut. Instead of going the long way around, I'm going to cut up over the mountains here. This is going to be slow going because we're overburdened, we're tired, and we're wearing those work boots. But we should be able to make it back to base camp. Freezing to death. Cross country here. The good news is once we get over this rise, we'll be sheltered from the wind a little bit. Alright. Then we'll try to hug this down slope a little. Stay out of the wind. There's the railroad tracks. We're heading this way. Our temperature is dropping fast. We are wet, and it is windy. All right, I'm going to jog it out a little here. This is definitely going to make us tired, but we're already at risk of hypothermia, and we've still got a ways to go to make it back to base. Oh, like I need one more thing to carry. No, should have just left that where it was. Weather outside is frightful. Hey, you know what? I never put on... Found a couple of clothing items in there that I never actually bothered to put on. Let's duck in here real quick. Let's see if we can stuff it in. Alright. Let's duck in here and check our clothing situation. Maybe there's stuff we can put on. This may count as outer clothing. Let's take that off. Now we can put on the, I guess, the sport vest, and then put this on as outer. All right, that's good. I think that's all we can do for now. We found that hoodie. We'll determine once we get back to base whether that's better clothing choice for us or not. not too far away from base now. We should be fine. And it feels like this storm is letting up a bit too. Okay, yeah. The storm's definitely dying out. So a fairly fruitful scavenging run out to the logging camp there. What I'd like to hit next is the trapper's cabin. But we're probably not going to be able to do that today. We're probably going to have to just hang out here for the rest of the day and warm up a little bit. Got lots of good canned food. I'd like to get warm in a hurry and try to make it back out and do some more scavenging today. So let's go ahead and light a fire.
Come on.
Or try to start a fire anyway. Firewood, let's throw one of those on. I think our water levels are fine. Maybe I'm going to boil up a little bit more water here. Yeah, since we were up in the middle of the night, we are going to run out of energy fairly early tonight. There's still 6 hours of daylight left, but look how tired I am. I'm already drained. Unfortunately, if I go to sleep now, I'll be up in the middle of the night again, which we don't want. I could make some coffee. Coffee will give me a little bit of... It'll warm me up. It's hot when I drink it, and it'll give me a little burst of energy. Maybe that will allow us to get over to the trapper cabin tonight. Before the sunset. We're still heavy. What am I carrying that's so heavy? Gotta get rid of some of this stuff. Lots of food. Let's get rid of food. We don't need all this coffee. Probably got some more firewood we can drop. Let's sort this by weight. Yeah, this fire log is huge. Let's get rid of that. We got a bunch of reclaimed wood here. It's useful, but for now, just drop a bunch of it. Maybe I'll keep a couple on me. The trail boots are going to take some repairing. Let's dump those in here for now. We don't have any cured hide. We're still sorting by weight. We can drop the accelerant off. We have the lantern fuel. Don't need these anymore. Don't need scrap metal. Only need one of these. one whetstone. Work boots we're wearing. A lot of newsprint here that we don't really need. Let's get rid of all that. Let me just throw another stick on the fire here just to keep it going while I decide what we're going to do next. Well, we're plenty warm. That coffee gave us a little bit of energy. We've dropped off some stuff. Don't beat that. Drop one of those. A new hoodie might be better than this. Let's put on the hoodie. That's definitely going to be warmer. Boy, our pants are soaked. Well, we're warm enough, we got enough energy, I think we can make a run for the trapper's cabin. So let's do that right now before it gets dark. We'll take the southern route and stop at the, well, it turned out to be a beautiful day, huh? This is good that it stopped snowing because that'll let our clothes dry out a little bit. We're going to take the southern route. We're going to head all the way down to the tunnel entrance. There's he's tired. He's groaning. There's a tunnel entrance down there at the end of the tracks. See? Maybe some loot there. And then we'll follow the mountain range around that direction to get to the trapper's cabin. Now, I don't want to jog because we're already tired. So, this is going to be slow going. The reason I want to get to the trapper's cabin is because we may find a hunting rifle there. So they're crows. You know, there's going to be some kind of body or carcass down here. And what's that next to him? Is that a hunting knife? It is.
That'll come in handy.
Score! Alright. Well, that's pretty much... I mean, once you have the hunting knife and the hatchet, you're in fairly good shape to survive. Yes, it would be great to have a rifle, maybe a bow and arrow. Firewood. So you'd proceed down here to get to one of the other maps. We're not going to do that today. A couple more things to loot here on the side of the tunnel.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
Worn cotton scarf. We already have a scarf. We'll have to see which one is better for us. Let's not do it right now out here in the cold. Let's start heading toward our final destination. So to find the trapper's cabin, yeah, you can make a beeline from our home base, but at a certain point, when you get close to the cabin, you're going to hit a couple of hills that you have to zigzag through if you're taking the direct route. If you go this route, if you go south first and then just follow the mountains around, it's a little easier to find the trapper's cabin because you're not going to get turned around in the zigzag hills. These corpses have not been giving us diddly squat, have they? Hey, there's some saplings over here. Now you take these and you drop them on the floor in your base to let them cure, and then eventually you can use them to make arrows once you have a bow and arrow. You will also need an arrowhead to make that happen. We have not found any arrowheads yet. They are scarce. Eventually, if we make our way to a map with a forge on it, we can use that forge to create our own arrowheads, but we can't do that now. Ah, it turned into a nice day, didn't it? Here's some mushrooms growing on this stump over here. Reishi mushrooms. You can use these to make tea that will, I believe, act as an antibiotic. Is that how it works? We're here in the Deadfall area. Just check in here real quick, see if there's anything useful. There's another hatchet. We don't need that. We already have one, so we'll leave that where it is. And continue following the edge of the map here around to the trapper's cabin. I know it seems like we're making fairly slow progress here. But I need to be moving slowly to conserve my energy. I also... Oop, there's a wolf. Alright, there's a wolf over there. He hasn't seen us. Let's see if we can grab this old man's beard lichen. We can combine this with a bandage to give us automatic antibiotic disinfection when we apply the bandage. He's still heading away from us. He hasn't seen us. Or smelled us. Let's make sure there's no more. Oh, there's some more. This stuff is worth its weight in gold. You definitely want to be grabbing this wherever you see it. Probably a couple of hours of daylight left, about 3 hours. Plenty of time to make it to the trapper's cabin, barring unforeseen.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Unforeseen events like being jumped by a wolf. Heading in the right direction? This doesn't feel familiar to me. Where are we? I think we're heading in the right direction, but this terrain doesn't look right. We're okay. I think we're okay. Another deer carcass. If I weren't so tired, I would try to harvest that up a little bit. But it's going to take too long for how tired I am right now. I could pass out halfway through the harvesting process, which would be bad. Getting a little chilly. Not too bad. I'm more worried about running out of energy than I am running out of heat, warmth. Yeah, I do believe we're heading in the right direction. But this seems to be taking us kind of a long way around this time. Yeah, we're slowing way down because we're heavy, we're tired. And I'm not at all convinced that we are heading toward what we want to be heading toward. I'm worried that somehow I got a little turned around back there, and now we are no longer heading toward the trapper's cabin. I don't think we want to continue going up. A little bit lost right now. I'm heading up just to try to get a better view of where we are. Okay. Yeah, that's the hunting stand right there. We made a wrong turn somewhere, and we are going in the wrong direction. This is not great. We're in bad shape now because we're so tired, and I thought we were going to make it to the trapper's cabin before it got too late, but we're not going to. We may have to abandon this and try to make it back. Whew, what are we going to do here? Let's check out the hunting stand real quick and try to make it back to... there's some more mushrooms. See, the weird part is right now we're kind of in between a bunch of different places, and I'm not sure which is the smartest way to do this. So you see those deer there. At this point, we just kind of have to ignore them. We have nothing that will harm them, really. We have no gun. We have no bow and arrow. Speak of the devil. Survival bow. Simple arrow. Bandage and painkillers. Don't need the hatchet. Let's pick up the newsprint. Huh. Alright, well. Some cattails here. I am just going to start heading back to home base because I'm a little bit lost right now. I know that we would have to go south from here to make it to the trapper's cabin. The trapper's cabin is basically south of us right now. But with no compass, it's easy to get turned around and head in the wrong direction on these maps. So I'm going to try and cut my losses here.
Can't feel my hands.
And make it back to base. We're so drained we're about to pass out. Let's see how far we can make it. I mean, we can always start a campfire and put down our bedroll and try to get a couple of hours shut-eye. We have enough wood that we can build up a good fire and do that. maybe we should do that. Better that than passing out and freezing to death here. So let's just try to find a nice little sheltered area down in here. You know what would be nice would be to find that burned out cabin that we passed a little while ago. At the deadfall area. Oh boy. We are very cold and very tired. We need to make some little backup plans here. Let's get a good 75% chance of starting it. Let's get a good big fire going, and we'll put down our bedroll and just close our eyes for an hour so we don't pass out. Yeah, I'm not sure how I messed that up coming off of the train derailment at the tunnel there, but I somehow got turned around and went the wrong direction from there. Alright, nice fire.
Pretty well.
Yeah, it turned out very well. I'm going to put 2 hours worth of fuel on here, more than 2 hours, and then plop down our bedroll right next to the fire and just lie down for a couple of hours so I don't pass out. Look, we're all the way down on 0 energy. It may be dark when we wake up. We got 40 minutes left on this campfire. We're plenty warm. Let's sleep for 1 more hour. The fire will go out, but that's okay. We're not going to get that cold in the 20 minutes remaining. Alright. We're still warm. We're tired and thirsty. Let's pick up our roll here. Take a drink. And then start heading back to base in the dark. Ooh, and the wind's kicking up. And I'm just going off of my poor sense of direction here. I believe we're heading back to our base now. Yeah, it's cold. A little bit hungry. I'd love to jog this out, but we do not have the energy to spare. A wolf. I do not want to get jumped by a wolf right now. We're back up at the deadfall. Okay. This is where there's a burned out hut we were trying to make it back to. We were that close to it. But at least we know where we are now. So we are heading south, which is the right idea. Especially if we want to try to power through and make it to the. If we want to try to make it to the trapper's cabin, we do. We do. At this point, we're about the same distance from our home base and the trapper's cabin. So if we just keep heading south, we may make it to the trapper's cabin as quickly as we would have made it to home base. Try to stay in the shelter of the rocks here as much as possible. This is going to turn out to be a terrible idea, because I'm going to get us lost again. I'm going to get us lost again, and we're going to die out here. Now we're overburdened. Getting cold, getting tired.
Can't feel my feet.
I know. This is stupid. What am I doing? Oh, I'm slowing way down. Look at how slowly we're moving now. Like we're walking into the wind. Oh my god, is this exactly the way that we came before? And now we're just doing exactly the same stupid shit we did before? No, I haven't been this way. I haven't searched this corpse. Empty, of course.
So cold.
I know, buddy, I know.
Just wanna lay down for a bit.
Oh dear. Don't lie down for a bit. Trying to get in the shelter of these rocks. Oh, the wind's coming right at us. This may not end well, guys. I kind of know where we are and we're heading in the right direction, but we are in really poor shape. We are cold and tired and walking into the wind. This is the path that I would normally take to find the trapper's cabin, so I think we're good. Well, good being a relative term. Alright.
I don't rest so long.
Yep. But guess where we are? Let's crouch so we don't twist our ankle coming down this slope. I can zigzag it. But we've made it to the trapper's cabin. I don't know how we got turned around that first time. Yeah, I'm hungry, I know. But this is definitely where we want to be. We're not about to die just yet. Let's peek our heads in this burned out barn here. See if there's anything useful in there. Firewood, that'll help. We'll come back and check in the daylight, but that firewood's good to have anyway. And we're walking right into the wind. Sorry we're moving so slowly, but we're overburdened, we're tired, and we're walking right into the wind. But we've made it to the trapper's homestead. Hi, Bunny. All right. Whew. Okay. That's good news. what would be even better news is if we looked around here and found a rifle. Nope. Nope. Alright. Bunch of good stuff in here, but I'm not seeing a rifle. We do not have a pry bar with which to open this locker yet. Alright. So, let's call this a day or two. We made it here okay. In the morning when the sun comes up, we'll loot this place, but for now, we are gonna pop a little bit of food into our bellies and call it a night. We'll warm up just fine in the bed. We don't need to start a fire right now since we're just going to be going right to bed. Yeah, big can of soda right before going to sleep. That's good for you. Alright. But let's call it a night, get some sleep, and I will see you guys in the morning.